TxStampin Sharon. I am bringing you a really cute card today, but I have to share with you what my inspiration was. If you've not already subscribed to my channel, you can do so below. After you subscribe, hit that little bell. You'll be notified the next time I upload a video. If I can ever help you with any of your Stampin' Up! Supply needs, let me know. Let me show you my card. Here is my finished card that I did using the Bloom by Bloom stamp set. Here was one that I tried first, and I kept looking at this one going, I just don't know. I was trying to pick up the colors in my designer series paper, and I'm like, So I went with this option, and I'm a lot happier. So on page 45 of the Occasions catalog, there is a picture of this card with the horse. When I was trying to be inspired using the Bloom by Bloom, I came across a card on Pinterest that she said she cased it from this layout. And I'm like, oh, okay. Now, here I don't have measurements. Her card did not have measurements. So I kind of winged it, and I'm okay with how mine turned out. So we'll go ahead and make the card together. I am using Bloom by Bloom, like I said, and there's no sentiments in here. So you guys know it doesn't really meet all my criteria, but I do love the bold images, and that always makes me happy. So I picked out the Itty Bitty Birthdays stamp set. Sometimes I struggle with itty bitty things. I like big, bold things. The paper that I'm using, the designer series paper, came from the Animal Expedition Designer Series paper pack. So when you first look at that paper, you see stuff like this. Always look at the back of the papers. There was my paper that I'm using. Always look at the back because they are they're more neutral, I guess. So I can now see me using this paper a lot more than I have been. Because I don't need that many young children cards with the alligators on it, or crocodile, whatever that is. I am using some retiring colors because it's in that paper that is retiring. I'm using Lemon Lime Twist and Berry Burst. Move these over. Well, let's pull them over here. Go ahead and give my card a good crease. This measures 5.5 by 8.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4. I have a piece of Berry Burst, and this measures 3 inches by 3 3/4. Again, remember, I didn't have the measurements anywhere, so I'm just kind of winging it. My designer series paper, I wanted to start laying like that. So I measured this 3 inches by 3 1/2. And then I have a piece of Whisper White, and it's just 3 inches by 3 inches. All my measurements will be in the description box below so that you can copy and paste if you want to copy this layout and use it with another stamp set. First thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp our card base. Kind of random. Then we're going to go ahead, while we have this in our hands, add our layers. And I kind of wanted about 1/4 inch on this side. I wasn't as particular about the top because I have a lot of space at the bottom anyway, so it's all good. I didn't try turning the card this way. That might have been a novel idea, but we're going to go with this. And we're going to add our designer series paper. I did play with different colors and different papers, other than this what I ended up with. So again, I'm looking at about 1/4 inch and I'm kind of centering it there. And then it's going to hang off this edge, okay? So now we're going to do our stamping. Even my stamp set is retiring. So I'm just playing with retired stuff right now. If you are curious about what is retiring, you can go to my website, and that link is in the description box below, and click on retiring items. The thing that is kind of confusing, let me do another one, is some things like things that are sold in a bundle, they're retiring, but it's the bundle that's retiring, because when you purchase anything in a bundle, you save 10%. It could be that the stamps and the framelits will carry over into the new catalog in June, but they just won't be sold as a bundle. So when you look at the list, it's kind of confusing. You're like, well, it's kind of overwhelming. It looks like so much is going away. I don't know how else they could actually do that. So, you know, it's just up to us to try to help you guys when you're trying to figure out this stuff. So I'm just stamping. I went with let me show you the stamp set. So there's a bigger flower, and then there's a smaller. There's a bigger stem, and then there's the smaller. So obviously I went with the smaller because my Whisper White is so small. And that's enough. Okay, so now we're going to stamp using the Itty Bitty Birthdays. We're going to use Berry Burst and the It's Your Day from the Itty Bitty Birthday stamp set. I like to just hold that stamp there for a bit and let all the ink get off. I'm pulling in my circle punches. I'm using 1.5 and 1.25. I'm using 1.25 for my words because it fit so nicely. And then I'm going to punch out a piece of the Lemon Lime Twist with the 1.5 inch punch. And if I haven't told you guys this in a long time, did you know that every piece of cardstock has 2 sides? You know, there's no reason to waste it. Just flip it over. Add some snail. And then we're going to kind of come off and do it off circle so we have a bigger area. I'm pretty much following the same layout that the girl on Pinterest did as far as how to put this together. But I just thought it was pretty funny that she cased, we call it casing, cased something from the catalog. All right, I'm using about 7 inches of ribbon. And again, this gorgeous, gorgeous Berry Burst metallic edge ribbon is going away. I love this one. Actually, you know what? Some of the ribbon is staying. I need to find out if that's staying because that would make me so happy. Okay, I decided to hold my ribbon in place that I was just going to use a piece of tear and tape because, or you could use a piece of Scotch tape and tape this down into that shape. Okay, we don't need this anymore. So I'm just going to burnish the back and then lift this off. Like I said, if you don't have tear and tape, you could use a piece of Scotch tape. Everybody has Scotch tape. So I'm kind of forming my loop. And then I'm holding it up like this so that it comes down more. I think on one of the cards I made, it came out more sideways. I'm like, I like this better. Okay, so see how we're holding it. And then we're going to help secure it with our dimensionals. And finish assembling. Okay, so again, with about 1/4 of an inch on this side. I just think it's a bright, fun card. So you have two options, and so, you know, you could go either way if you were using that designer series paper, or when you switch all of this up, use different stamp sets, different designer series paper, different ribbons. Try making one of each to see which one you like better, or so when you switch it all up, you may decide that you like both, or you may just say, I only like that one. Thanks for watching, guys. I sure hope that y'all like this card today, and I hope that you will look at things on Pinterest, things in the catalog with a different eye. What would happen if I used this stamp set instead of the one shown on the card or on the picture? All right, guys, happy stamping, y'all.